Schaum Green Book, Lesson 5, from page 24. The Happy Halibut. For the first time we've got quavers, or eighth notes. So we fit two of these into a beat. And the thing to remember is that each one takes us to the next note quicker. So we've got the G in the left hand, and that takes us to the A. And although they're both joined together, that's to signify that they're quavers. And even though the A is not joined to the next note, it still takes us there quickly. So it goes G, A, B, G, A, B. And in terms of the beats of the bar, that's 4 and 1. So we got D, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's, in terms of beats, it's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. We actually started on the fourth beat of the bar. So to make it easier to get the rhythm, remember a little accent on the first beat of the bar. So it's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. The quaver which is on the and won't be as accented as the one that's on the beat, which in turn probably won't be as accented as the first beat of the new bar. So it's 4 and 1, 4 and 1. Obviously it's hard to get that exact now, but just bear it in mind. You want to get good habits set right from the start when you're playing piano. It makes it easier later on. Next one, the funny bunny. In this one, the left hand's going to come over and play a note that's in the treble clef. I'm not sure if I accidentally obscured what I was doing in my right hand and brought the left hand over the first time, so sorry if I did, but anyway, you get the idea. The left hand plays a high C with finger 2, so the left hand is following the instructions of the treble clef, which is what the right hand normally does. As with the last one, we start on the fourth beat of a bar. The bar where the left hand plays, remember to accent the first beat of it, and then the next one. We've got phrases, join the notes together. Okay. Submarine. Now the left hand is going to go low, which I think was why this piece was called Submarine. So we're used to a certain hand position for the left hand. We're now going to move a whole octave down. So when we move an octave down, we're going to be with the fingers over the same letters, but where they next appear going down the piano. So rather than thumb on middle C in the left, thumb is going to be on low C. And then we can use our knowledge of jumps and steps of spaces and lines to work out what the even lower note is going to be. There's a 4 on it, which is a bit of a cheat. It tells you just put finger 4 down, but you should be able to do it without that. So let's look at line 2, where there isn't a number to distract us. And so we got the C's, and then imagine the blob moving down. So it's on a space. So I call it a space if it's the blob is between 2 lines. I call it a line note if there's a line going through the middle of the blob. So imagine moving the blob down. It starts on a space, that's C. Move it down, it would have a line going through it, that's a B. Move it down another step, it would be a space between 2 lines, that would be an A. Move it down one more, line going through it, G. Okay, so here goes. It's a good idea to keep the left hand in the same position. I've noticed a lot of students, when they're playing the right hand, the left hand will often move away, and then they've got to find the position all over again. So as a general rule, whatever you're playing, keep your hand in the same position by default, because there's a good chance you'll need it again in the same position. If not, obviously you can then move it. Right, the dragon. Lots of new things in these pieces, so it's important to get them right. With the dragon, we've got a sharp for the first time. So you see the sharp sign, it's like a hashtag. It's put before the note. It tells us that we're going to move our finger up. In other words, to the right along the piano, but only a little bit, just to the next key, which in this case is a black note. So ordinarily, if the blob was in that position between the bottom 2 lines, that would be an F. But because there's a sharp sign, we move it up to the nearest key, which is an F sharp. And we're going to use finger 4 on the F sharp. But all the other fingers are going to be resting on the normal keys. So don't fall into the trap of letting your fingers shift up. The F letter is accounted for by finger 4. It just happens to be on the sharp. So the E letter is covered by the middle finger. So here we go. And I'll stop the lesson there.